The iPhone 16 Pro Max is a great phone, but after using it for about a month, I think most people won't take advantage of every feature. In this video, I'll talk about what's new and if it's worth upgrading, so let's get started. Okay, the iPhone 16 Pro Max looks very similar to last year's 15 Pro Max, and it's kept the same look since the 12 Pro Max. I like this boxy squared off design, so I don't have a problem with it. Apple's just refining it year after year. Samsung's been doing the same with their Galaxy phone since the S22 Ultra. Even though the iPhone looks similar, there are some subtle changes. Apple opted for a microplastic finish instead of a brushed finish. It's still the same grade 5 titanium, but it looks sleeker. A lot of people won't care and will end up putting a case on their phone anyways. If you're on team no case like I am, darker colors like black titanium tend to show fingerprints a lot more. So a lighter shade like white, natural, or even desert might be a better choice if that bothers you. Fortunately, you can easily wipe them off with an Apple polishing cloth, or any microfiber to be honest. Also, this black titanium is supposed to be darker this year, but it's more of a space black like the M4 iPad Pro. And here's the Pixel 9 Pro XL in Obsidian, which is actually darker, but the best matte black I've seen is Phantom Black on the Galaxy S21 Ultra. This year's Pro models are slightly taller, wider, and heavier, but we're talking about a couple of millimeters and a few grams. It felt a little big at first, but after a couple of weeks, it feels normal. If you have smaller hands, it might take some time to adjust. Sometimes I wish I went with a regular Pro, but I feel like I missed a larger screen and longer battery life. The back still features that matte glass finish, while the front is protected by a second generation ceramic shield. It's supposed to be tougher and more scratch resistant. I already have 2 small scratches on mine, so yeah. The display is larger this year at 6.9 inches. Apple managed to do this by shrinking the bezels, which makes it the thinnest in any Apple product. I read online that the bezels can appear asymmetrical. I'm not sure if you can tell, but the right side is thicker than the left. Other than that, you're not missing much. You get an OLED display, ProMotion at up to 120Hz, always on, 2000 nits peak brightness, oh, and a new 1 nit minimum brightness. I just wish Apple added an anti-glare coating like the S24 Ultra, and 3000 nits peak brightness like the 9 Pro XL. Alright, Apple added a new button across the iPhone 16 series, Camera Control. It's a nice addition and a frees up my action button, which is now set to Final Cut Camera for this Pro video controls. So users have 5 ways to open up the camera: lock screen controls, swiping left on the lock screen, control center, action button, and now camera control. I normally shoot all of my photos and videos in landscape, so I wish camera control was a little bit more to the right, but I guess Apple kept it like this because some people shoot in portrait. By default, a single click opens up the camera app, but you can change it to a different app under settings. I only have Code Scanner, Instagram, Magnifier, or none. And while we're here, there's an option to disable Clean Preview or launch the app with a double click. Under Accessibility, there's even more settings like turning off camera control, control gestures, light press force, and double light press speed. Inside the camera app, a double light press opens up the tool switcher, allowing you to adjust settings like exposure, depth, zoom, cameras, styles, and tone. The one I use the most is zoom, and with camera control being swipe sensitive, I can zoom in or out quickly or with more accuracy. Once you have your shot framed perfectly, a deeper press will take a photo. If you deep press and hold, it'll start recording video, and releasing it will stop recording. I think most people will just use it as a camera launcher or a shutter button. One thing I should mention are phone cases. There's going to be 2 types, one with a cutout and one without. A regular case will just have a camera control cutout, but some of them can look a little weird. But other cases can have some sort of capacitive cover that will still work with camera control. So the triple camera system receives some nice upgrades. There's a semi-new 48 megapixel fusion camera, a new 48 megapixel ultra wide, and the same 12 megapixel 5x telephoto, which is now available on the regular 16 Pro. And the photos look great. They're sharp, detailed, and have that warmer iPhone style to them. I do prefer that pixel look, so I always adjust the contrast and temperature. But if you're someone who just points, shoots, and uploads to social media, then you don't need to upgrade to the newest iPhone. A 1 or 2 year old iPhone will probably look the same. One reason I upgraded to the iPhone 16 Pro Max is video recording. As you know, I record most of my YouTube videos on an iPhone because it's the camera I always have with me, and it's quick and easy to start recording. And I think videos on iPhone look better than Android phones. So the newest feature is 4K 120fps recording in Dolby Vision. You can even shoot in ProRes Log, but only to an external drive, since the file sizes are going to be massive. Here's some footage I recorded on Radiator Springs Racers in 4K 120fps. But you won't be able to tell because this video is in 4K 30fps. When I play it back on my phone, the video looks super smooth, and I can adjust the playback speed even after I've taken it to 60fps, 30, or 24. Audio features were improved thanks to studio quality mics and a new audio mix feature. I'd rather use a dedicated mic like the Shure MV7, but it could be useful in a pinch. After you record a video, there's 4 different modes for audio mix. Standard is the one we're all used to. In-frame only enhances the voices of the people in the shot. Studio makes it sound like you're in a professional studio, and Cinematic enhances all the voices just like in a movie. On the inside, Pro models are powered by the new A18 Pro chip, making it even faster and more efficient. There's also an improved thermal design for better heat dissipation, and I noticed the phone doesn't get as hot. It will get warm if you're gaming on the highest settings while charging, but that's expected. So back to the A18 Pro. It's not a big difference compared to last year, but if you're coming from an older iPhone, maybe a 12 Pro Max, that's when you'll notice a big jump in performance. But if you're interested, I'll put some benchmarks on the screen with the A18 Pro, M4 from the iPad Pro, and M1 Pro from the MacBook Pro. Apple claims the A18 Pro is 15% faster in the CPU department and 20% faster in the GPU department, compared to the A17 Pro. It's not noticeable in everyday tasks, but if I'm playing a game like Honkai Star Rail, then I'll see some boost in performance. And look at my pets following me. Also, the entire iPhone 16 series has 8 gigs of RAM, which is surprising because Pro phones typically have more RAM than their regular models. Battery life is impressive, lasting about 2 days on a single charge with moderate use. Here's my usage for 2 weeks, and I'm getting about 4 hours of usage with 50% battery remaining. And for this past week, I'm seeing similar results. Even at Disneyland with high brightness, taking photos and videos, GPS, the phone can still last me the entire day. Charging speeds barely changed. Apple didn't announce faster wire charging, but the iPhone 16 series can charge over 30 watts. I made a fun little short, and here's what I found. When the iPhone is low on battery, it will charge around 30 watts when you just leave it plugged in. But when you start using it, it can actually charge even faster, so it can maintain at least 30 watts of charging. It's not an accurate test, but it will give you an idea. There is faster wireless charging at up to 25 watts, but you need the updated MagSafe cable. I'll stick with my 3-in-1 Anker Cube for now. iOS 18 is a bigger upgrade compared to the subtle hardware ones. There's more customization, new app features, and the upcoming Apple Intelligence. I actually have a separate video on iOS 18 back when it was in beta, so I'll leave it in the cards and link it in the description box below. I'll quickly go over some of my favorites. We can finally place app icons anywhere on the home screen, just like Android. There's even an option to add a tint, just like Android. I kind of like dark mode icons a lot more. Lock screen shortcuts can be changed, and Control Center now has multiple pages, and the toggles are resizable and movable. Messages has a new send later feature, allowing you to schedule an iMessage up to 14 days in advance. And there's RCS support for those green bubble people. You can send or receive high quality media and see those typing indicators or read receipts. And this works in any text field, not just messages, but you can solve a math problem or conversion just by typing it out and adding an equal sign. As of right now, there's no Apple Intelligence features. I know the next generation of iPhone has been designed for Apple Intelligence, from the ground up. But the first batch of tools will be available in iOS 18.1. I'm running a beta version at the moment, with features like the new Siri animation, writing tools for grammar and proofreading, cleanup in photos, and phone call recording. Other features like Genmoji, Image Playground, and ChatGPT are expected to roll out over time. I feel like the iPhone 16 Pros are geared towards creators. The regular iPhone 16 models are more than enough for the average user, unless you really need 120Hz or better cameras. But what do you think? Let me know in the comments down below. Thanks for watching, and if you haven't already, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you'll be notified when I post new videos. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye!